been a while since I haven't uploaded a video of me talking about a specific piece of music. As you might have noticed, I have invested all my time in the animated music videos. But this time I will do something different for you. I will share with you the top 5 vinyl of my collection. I will also share with you why that specific album is in the top 5. If I have to take some musician back to life in order to see him in concert, that will be Jimi Hendrix. Axis, Blood as Love makes what Jimi Hendrix knows how to do the best, which is taking you to a psychedelic trip in Mars. Yeah, that's what the music of Jimi Hendrix does for me. I have listened that Jimi spent a lot of time arranging the instruments of his recordings. You can tell that in here. He spent so much time to release music that his record label was always pressuring him. And you have to know that he released 3 studio albums in just 2 years. So I've listened that Jimi could spend an entire day seeing a landscape. He wanted his music to achieve the same involving experience as that landscape. I think that Jimi has accomplished that with this album. Oh, and by the way, this is the second English pressing of Axis Blood as Love. I guess that in financial terms it will give it some value, but I think also for the musical experience, because when you open this record, you can feel, you know, that smell of old library, you know, and in some way that will take you back in that era. Do I even have to say something in order to justify this masterpiece in my top 5? It's master of puppets. It's heavy, it's gorgeous, it's visionary, it's sentimental, everything. I mean, look at that artwork. More than 30 years ago, this still looks like new. It doesn't look old. Every song, every single song is good. Battery is the perfect opening song with the crashes. Master of Puppets, Metallica's anthem. Welcome Home, Sanitarium. Disposable Heroes, the perfect song, you know, for listening in a mosh pit. Orion, my favorite instrumental Metallica song. This album is so good that I couldn't leave it out of my top 5. Out of the 5 albums, this must be the less popular, I think. I remember the first time I listened to Disco Volante. I thought that something with my headphones were wrong. That was some time ago. Lately I'm being more open-minded about what I listen to. And I started to listen a lot of Mike Patton. I became obsessed with his projects. And I also joined Mike Patton and Fake No More Facebook groups and Reddit groups. You know, for chatting with people that has the same likes in music than me. And a lot of people were posting Disco Volante. And I thought, oh, that can't be true. That record was so bad. But there were so many people praising Disco Volante that I said, okay, I will give it another chance. By the 3rd, 10th, 20th time I've listened to it, I started to understand its music. I was completely hooked. I think that for this kind of music, that they're not popular music, the classical music, you have to give it a chance, because the first time you will listen to it, you will not understand it. It will speak a different language than you. You have to listen once, twice, third, 20 times, and then you will get it. I have all Mr. Bungle discography in my collection, but I've chosen Disco Volante because it's the one that opened my mind musically the most. This was the album that made me understand that music can take you to another dimension. You can arrange a lot of sounds coming from a lot of sources in the same tempo, and if you have a lot of artistic potential, you can compose a very attractive music right here. But definitely, this is just an album for open-minded music people. When I first heard Avenged Sevenfold was back in 2005 with City of Evil. They were releasing complex songs with guitar duels and screaming. Nobody was doing that, and this sounded good in my opinion. Their latest album, The Stage, is my favorite. It's one of those albums that the first time you listen to it, it's cool, but after time, your ears will like it better. I see this album as a more mature City of Evil. This album was released 10 years later and you can tell that. A lot of people say that this is just a boy band. They haven't listened to this album. I have to close the list with this album. There is no song that can get you hooked over 25 minutes like Shine On You Crazy Diamond, considering all 9 parts of it. Wish You Were Here has something that no other album of Pink Floyd has, in my opinion, or not as much as this one at least, and that is a soul. There's so much energy packed inside this one. They were recording this album thinking about Sid, the original vocalist and guitarist of Pink Floyd. And when recording this album, Syd Barrett showed up in the recording studio in Abbey Road, surprising everybody. The song Have a Cigar was sung by Roy Harper. He was in the same studio but in another room, and he suggested the idea that he could sing one of Pink Floyd's songs. Why not? There is so much history inside this album. This, in fact, shouldn't be an album, it should be a book. Welcome to the Machine is my ultimate song when testing audio gear. And Wish You Were Here is one of my all-time favorite songs. I couldn't leave this album out of the list, no sir. Okay, that was it. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me in the comment section which are your top 5 vinyl of your collection. Bye bye.